And we're live. There we go. Hello, everyone. It's Kieran from Sport Reported, and I'm here with Luke and Jason.
Hello.
Hello.
Enthusiastic.
I didn't know that was our cue. I'm not gonna
lie. Today we're going to be doing our predictions for Euro 2020. It's finally come around, and we're going to stream it. It's easier, and we can get all of our thoughts. So yeah. Let's get our predictions underway then. Starting with Group A, which consists of Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, and Wales. My first place, I've got Italy. I was torn between putting Turkey top, but I put Italy there purely on the basis of Roberto Mancini. He's coming since 2018 when they didn't qualify for the World Cup. And he's kind of changed the whole system of how they work things at Italy. They've brought through some younger players. They got Barella in midfield now, so they've still got Verratti. And I think they've got enough quality in that side. I think they're solid all throughout. That I think that they will top that group. And I think they'll have a good tournament. So, yeah. Luke, what are you saying?
I've gone exactly the same. Italy first. You know that's coming. You know my prediction for Italy in this tournament. So
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think Insigne will be player of the tournament. Immobile will bang in goals.
Player of the tournament, yeah.
I'm calling it. I think Italy are going to have an excellent tournament.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, Jace?
I went controversial from the start. I've gone Turkey top.
Oh, that's class. I'll rate that.
They're dark horses, I think, in the tournament. Also, that game against Netherlands, I think they played quite well. Yilmaz is just phenomenal.
Yeah. He's 35 as well. He's in the form of his life.
Yeah, and they got that right back from Lille. What's Celik, what his name is?
Celik. And they got Yasici from Lille.
Their centre backs are stupidly good.
They're good. They're good. And I think they're going to have a good tournament.
And they got Soyuncu and the Juventus one.
I think
Demiral.
I think they're going to win 1-0 tonight.
They're going to win 1-0 tonight.
Yilmaz golden boot.
Yilmaz golden boot.
I hope so. He's in my fantasy team, so I hope so.
He's in my fantasy as well. I haven't put him in for tonight, controversially, because I don't think they'll win tonight.
You know, you can in the Euro, in the one, you can change your captain if you don't like his scores. So my captain's Insigne, but if he's low, I can then make Kane my captain Sunday to hope he gets more points.
I didn't know that. That's fair. But I've got Lukaku as my captain.
Change it as many times as you want, but once you've changed it, you can't you lose the double points that Insigne got. Do you get what I mean? And then Kane, I don't trust what Kane gets. So if Kane gets less, then I've just messed up.
Yeah. I got Lukaku as my captain because I think Belgium against Russia, I think he's going to bag a few.
When is that?
That's Saturday, Sunday? I don't know. Saturday, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
It's the late game, I think.
Huh?
It's the late game tomorrow because you got Wales, Switzerland tomorrow.
Yeah, and then it's Denmark, Finland at 5. Belgium, Russia. Yeah. So in second place, I have got Turkey. My dark horses for the tournament. I just think, like we were just discussing, they've got a lot more quality throughout their squad than maybe people will give them credit for. They've been absent at tournaments. I mean, people forget that they reached the World Cup semi-final in 2002. And then did really well year 2008 and have just been absent since. But they've got a good team now. Like I say, Soyuncu at the back, Demiral, Celik, Yasici, Yilmaz, still got Calhanoglu, Under, who I know he didn't have the best season for Leicester, but they've got a good side. And yeah, I think they'll get out of the group. I think they'll beat Switzerland, they'll beat Wales, and maybe even get a point against Italy. I don't know. But I've got Turkey to finish second in my group. So, Luke, what have you got?
Again, exactly the same. I think they're the two teams. I don't think Switzerland are strong enough to challenge either of them. So,
no.
I think they're the two teams that will go. And then it's between Switzerland and Wales for the place.
Yeah. Right. Jason, what have you got?
Yeah, I went Italy second. Just one in reverse to you two. Like I said, I think Turkey might make it 1-0 tonight, and I think that might be the difference in first and second. Who doesn't like a tournament starting with an upset?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, we were just discussing before you came on about the opening game of Euro 2016? Do you remember who it was?
No.
You don't remember?
I don't remember the game.
Sorry?
Oh, yeah, it was France Romania, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I only remember one of the games. I remember the Romanian game because they equalised.
It took an 89th minute Dimitri Payet winner to beat Romania for France. So, I mean, that, you know, like things like that, even though France did still win, there can definitely be an upset on the opening night. So, we'll have to wait and see. So, in third place, I've got Switzerland. Like I said, I mean, they've been consistently very decent over the last sort of 10, 12 years, reaching tournaments, getting out of the group. I don't think their team is as good now. They've got Mbabu, Akanji, Rodriguez, Dennis Zakaria, and then. But I worry for their goal scoring threats. They've still got Seferovic. I'm not the world's biggest fan of Seferovic. I know he does well in the Portuguese league, but yeah, I just think that they're very average, and I think Turkey will be better than them. So I've got Switzerland in third place. Luke.
I've got Switzerland in third as well, but I just think we got the exact same prediction for this group. But it could be Wales, it could be Switzerland. I'm quite torn on that. Their main player realistically is Shaqiri, and he's been average for years.
Yeah. It's worrying when you're relying on a player who barely plays any football for his club, I think.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so, but we'll have to wait and see. Jason.
Yeah, I actually went Wales instead.
Okay.
Just think, obviously, the last year is unreal. They were unreal.
Yeah.
Surprised absolutely everyone. And yeah, I think, I don't know, they haven't got the greatest team now.
No.
But, you know, they've got some quality players. Brooks, Wilson, Bale.
I think the reason they can challenge third, or even second maybe, Wales, is because if Bale turns up, then you can try any team.
Yeah. He is so good.
That's what I was going to say. I've got Wales in fourth. But the reason I'm being is that at Euro 2016, obviously, they did very well. I think as well as obviously Bale was more, you could say, in his prime then. And Ramsey was obviously still doing well. A lot of their players had the tournaments and the games of their lives. I mean, one example, Hal Robson-Kanu, I don't think he's ever actually hit the same form that he did at those Euros. So, yeah, exactly. And I think bar anything like that happening again, I just can't see how they've got because the majority of their squad is a lot of players on the peripheries of the Premier League or mostly Football League, like Championship players. I just think that's worrying. And when you're considering you're relying on a 31-year-old Gareth Bale, the only thing I would say that is good for Wales fans is that I genuinely think, I don't know what Spurs fans think, but I genuinely think Gareth Bale didn't care about playing for Spurs. I think the only reason he was there was to get fit to play for Wales. I really do. From what he said about Spurs, from what he said about Wales, I don't think he cared about Spurs. I don't think he cared about getting another club. I think he wanted to be fit to play for Wales. And that kind of shows in his form picking up at the end of the season. But if Gareth Bale turns up, they might have a chance, but I just don't think they've got enough quality. So Wales in fourth. Luke? Sorry.
Wales bottom as well. But them and Switzerland could easily beat each other and then scrape through the third place.
Yeah.
I went Switzerland fourth, but they have actually got an all right team.
It's all right.
Zakaria in the middle from Gladbach.
I think that's more
play football proper football consistently for a while. I think he scored a bang. Was it a banger in the World Cup or the Euros? I can't remember.
Who?
Shaqiri. I remember him scoring a banger.
I think it was Euro 16? I can't remember.
Yeah, they've got a good team, but I don't think they can compete with Turkey.
I think bar the group of death, obviously Group F, I think Turkey, Switzerland, and Wales are the three closest teams that any of them could get out.
Yeah.
I think
you think Turkey will.
Sorry, go on.
You think Jason thinks Turkey will win it, but realistically, Italy should win it.
Yeah, on paper, yeah.
Turkey just looked good, but like before, but all three teams, if they turn up, any of them could go through.
Turkey could feasibly finish fourth. The only reason I think they've got a much better side than Switzerland, or maybe not much better, but better side than Switzerland, much better than Wales. But they've been known to be inconsistent. I mean, like Jason mentioned, that performance they had against Holland, battered them 4-2, and then they went and drew 3-3 at home to Latvia. That's kind of their inconsistency level. So, I mean, it really depends on whether they turn up in all three games, Turkey. But I do think they will, because I think they've got enough. But I can definitely see the point those three could.
They're also banking on Yilmaz, really. If Yilmaz don't turn up, they ain't going to score many goals.
Yeah.
Yilmaz is their lead. Yilmaz is their lead.
So far in 2 years. Obviously, they didn't even qualify for the World Cup, did they?
Yeah.
It's like a different... if this was last... I genuinely think, though, if this was last year, if this was like played in 2020 like it was meant to, Italy would have been not like nowhere near favourites, but like...
But then Turkey weren't. I mean, Turkey was still good, but they've got even better since.
Italy are what, like 27 games unbeaten or something? I saw they haven't lost since like September 2018.
They haven't. I don't know if they might have lost under Mancini. I think they lost one of their Nations League games in the very first Nations League, and then apart from that, they haven't lost since. And Mancini took over just after the World Cup, I think. I know they went there, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, Group B then. I think, in my opinion, this is the easiest one to order. In my first place is Belgium. I think generally, of course, they've got a lot more quality than the other sides. The one place that I worry for them, particularly going deeper into the tournament, is defensively. But I think, they've got Lukaku, De Bruyne, Mertens, Carrasco. They've got unbelievable quality going forward. So I can't see how they don't win this group, to be completely honest. I think they played Denmark in the Nations League in our group, and Denmark gave them a few problems, but I believe they won both games. I know they won one of them. I don't think they lost to Denmark, so I think Belgium will be fine. Yeah, Denmark beat us. Yeah.
Penalty. Ericsson won it, I think, something like that. We
drew away and lost at home. But Belgium we beat at home and then lost away, I think.
So that was in the Nations League last year. When's that being played?
Well, the Nations League finals?
Yeah.
They'll be played in one of the World Cup qualifier match days later this year, I think.
Oh, who's in that? I can't remember.
I think Italy are in it. Got a feeling it's Italy, France. I don't remember the other two. You can look it up if you want. I mean, yeah, I don't actually know.
You can look it up.
Okay, yeah. But like I said, the worry for Belgium, for me, is defensively, aging massively defensively. They've got Vertonghen, somehow Vermaelen's made the squad, Dedrick Boyata, and Jason Denayer. That defense, or those defensive options, doesn't fill me with confidence, which might hurt them later on in the tournament. And realistically, if they're going to do something with this golden generation, they probably need to win this tournament or the World Cup next year. So, I mean, those players are going to have to step up. It's as simple as that. But yeah, I think Belgium will top this group. Luke, are you ready to get?
Yeah, Belgium will win this group, 100%.
Yeah,
I think Denmark could. I think if they don't win all three, Denmark could nick a point. But I think Belgium will smash the other two, which means they'll goal difference.
Yeah.
I think Denmark are, bar Turkey, probably the other dark horse in the tournament.
Yeah. Did you see who was in the Nations League final?
Yeah, so it's Italy, Spain in the semi-final, and then Belgium, France.
It's a decent one. Yeah.
It's on the 6th and 7th of October this year.
Yeah, so that's like one of the World Cup qualifier international breaks.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. Jace?
Yeah, I've agreed with you two on this one. I've gone Belgium top. I don't know whether De Bruyne's going to be fit for...
He's not fit for opening game.
Not
Russia, yeah.
I had to take him out my fantasy team.
They've got other qualities. They've also got Yuri Tillemans in the midfield as well, who's had an unbelievable season at Leicester.
He's unreal. Massively underrated.
Yeah, massively underrated.
Their defence does let them down, though.
Definitely.
Yeah, how is Thomas Vermaelen still in that squad?
I literally said that about a minute ago.
No, I know. Like, I'm agreeing. Like, how
Who does he even play for anymore?
Who?
Vermaelen.
Doesn't he play in like a Japanese team with Iniesta? Or like, doesn't he play in that team?
Or Vissel Kobe?
Am I wrong?
That's the team that Iniesta plays for. I don't know, but Vermaelen, yeah, that really shows their lack of defensive options. I mean, will they play three at the back? Belgium.
Can't remember if they did against us. I feel like they played Denea, Boyata, and did they play Boyata? Alderweireld.
Oh, and Alderweireld. Yeah, so it'll be Alderweireld, Vertonghen, and Denea. Yeah.
Yeah, that's their back three they started against Croatia in their last game.
Is Vertonghen in the squad?
Vertonghen's in the squad, yeah.
Yeah, Vermaelen plays for Vissel Kobe, and he got called up.
Yeah.
I think that shows their complete lack of options.
Do you know what? One thing there, I think one like wild card is that I don't know what it is. Whenever he puts a Belgium shirt on, I think Michy Batshuayi always turns up. I think if he comes on, I think he'll score. He's that sort of player for Belgium.
He loves kicking the ball in his own face as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah. That was against us, wasn't it, in the World Cup?
Yeah. In second place, I have got Denmark. Like I said, very good side. I think could be one of the dark horses. Defensively, they're very solid. I mean, got Champions League winner Andreas Christensen, who is one of those players who I absolutely never rated and suddenly has come good. So he's proved me wrong. Joachim Andersen, who's highly rated. Vestergaard from Saints, of course, who's the best defender in the world. Vestergaard, where they kind of switch between, if they play three at the back, I've got a feeling Vestergaard would. But he's played quite a bit for Denmark recently. But he's kind of in and out of the side because they switched to centre-backs. I feel like they'll start Kjær and probably Christian.
They've got Poulsen up front as well, haven't they?
Yeah, the worrying thing for me, I mean, like I said, their midfield is very good. They'll probably play a 4-3-3 and or maybe like a midfield diamond. But they've got three midfielders of Christian Eriksen, Pierre Højbjerg, and Thomas Delaney. I think that's a solid midfield. I think goal scoring might be their issue because
they've got to have Eriksen create. If Eriksen doesn't turn up, they lack a lot of going forward.
Exactly. I mean, realistically, they got Poulsen, who does he play like every game for Leipzig? I don't think he does he? Or does he?
Who's that?
Poulsen.
I thought he did.
He's a bit, he can play and then sometimes he can be on the bench.
And Braithwaite, that's kind of their goal scoring threat. So
he's quality.
Very good player.
He plays with Messi.
That's Jason's type of player, that is.
That is my type of player. Middlesbrough to
I feel like we need to instead of going to me now because I feel like we've all got Denmark in second, haven't we?
Yeah. Originally, before coming on here, I had Russia in second, but I swapped Denmark just last minute.
Denmark are good side.
And then do we all have Russia, Finland, third, fourth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Russia are going to have I think they're just going to be that team. They were that team in the World Cup. Whether that's going to host or not, I don't know.
They knocked Spain out on pens.
The thing is that they could actually carry some of that form over because I completely forgot about this. But they're playing their games at home. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, St. Petersburg.
They're the home team for at least two of their games. They might be one of the sub-hosts, but the fact that they're playing at home for a couple of them could help them. I think the problem for Russia is simply not enough quality, and even though they've brought in younger players, they're still aging. They're relying on those aging players. I mean, I remember at the World Cup in 2018, they recalled like 37-year-old Ignashevich out of retirement, and like now their back line consists of like a 34-year-old left back, a 32-year-old centre back, 30-year-old right back, and then they've got one 27-year-old centre back from Spartak Moscow. I forget his name.
And they've got like Mario Fernandez at the back.
Yeah, Mario Fernandez is the 30-year-old right back.
Russian sounding guy.
He's half Brazilian. Yeah. But they're still relying on those Asian players, like obviously Zuba, Cheryshev, and they even called up Yuri Zhirkov, who's 37 now, and that makes me feel old.
He played for Chelsea.
I know. Yeah.
God, he played for Chelsea like 12 years ago.
Yeah,
He's
but
still in the.
Golovin's an interesting talent for Russia, isn't he? I don't know. He might get slightly. I don't know if he gets slightly overhyped. He's like one of those players. You remember when Tielemans was at Monaco, and like everybody thought he was massively overhyped and he had too much of an ego. This guy's 25, so if he's going to be as good as people say he is, he's kind of got to kick on a bit. I think. I don't know what you guys think.
I agree. Is he still at Monaco?
Yeah.
But he made a big move there, didn't he? I haven't really heard a lot about him.
I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's why I've got.
Who was it that ripped their rip?
Whoa. What?
My whole thing's lagged out. Everything's lagged out.
We can still see and hear you.
Well, while he's lagging out,
everything's lagging out. You two keep freezing and stuff.
Oh, we can still hear you perfectly.
Yeah, let me sort it out.
Right, yeah, go on, Jace.
Cheryshev, you mentioned.
This is weird.
He had scored a few bangers in the World Cup, didn't he? But since then, I haven't heard anything about him. He's just not really done that much. But yeah, Golovin, I rate Golovin very highly.
Yeah.
I think he's a very good player. Obviously, he's in the French league, but Monaco had a decent season.
Monaco were challenging until the very end.
Yeah. I think he's a good player. That's why I think they'll get third. And if they get second, it wouldn't surprise me. But,
I think they're more likely to finish fourth than to finish second, in my opinion. I just don't think they've got enough. And Luke has completely frozen now. Shall I
He might leave and join back.
Yeah.
So, I went with De Zuba in my fantasy over Yilmaz.
Oh, that's shocking. That's shocking. I'm not having that. No, I love the Turkish team, so I'm not having that. Oh, yeah, there we go. He's gone. So my fourth place is Finland. We'll carry on without him, and then when he comes back, he can give his predictions. My fourth place is Finland. I feel sorry for them because I feel like I don't know whether it would have made an awful lot of difference whether it had been played in 2020, but they just lack so much quality. They're a very, very in general international terms, a very, very average side, and their talent is Hradecki in goal, Pukki and Poyonpayo up top, and that's pretty much it. So they're going to struggle, in my opinion. Jace, what do you say?
Yeah, I agree. I've got to finish bottom. Literally, they're going to rely too heavily on Pukki, and he's just not the player you can just rely on that heavily. They've got Hradecki in goal, which a lot of people have put in their fantasy team. Why, I don't know.
I think they'll get smacked. I don't understand that either.
I don't understand that. I actually put Lloris in goal. But yeah, Finland just.
Oh, here he is.
He's coming back now.
Here he is.
I don't know what happened there. My Wi-Fi just had a spaz.
Well, you can tell us about Finland now.
Yeah.
Oh, I have so much knowledge on Finland. Timu Pukki.
I can name three of their players. What about you?
Timu Pukki, Glenn Kamara.
Oh, that's another one. That's the one I forgot about, actually. I always forget he's Finnish because his name.
He's not finished.
I can't think of another Finland player.
Hradecki in goal.
Oh yeah, and you know when you said, I know this is completely off topic. You know you said how everyone's got him in his fantasy.
Yeah.
It's because everyone has him on the bench because he's like the cheapest player.
No, I've seen people starting him.
I've seen people starting him.
He's like there's like a hungry midfielder, like 50% of people have because he's like 3 mil or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. And what was I going to say? Oh, the other player was I don't know if you've heard of Poyonpayo.
Not a clue.
Jace, have you heard of him? Poyonpayo. He plays for Union Berlin. He's a good player.
Well, look at that. I feel like it's like a Formula One lineup.
So I was trying to say about Russia before I disconnected. Did we talk about? I don't know if you went into it. Did you speak about Cheryshev?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Ah, brilliant. Well, that's that gone then.
One of their goalkeepers is from Bristol Rovers.
What? Finland?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Anssi Jakola.
That's class.
Jakola, right?
He played in the same team as Jonah Ayunga. Nice.
So in Group C, then we'll move on to Group C.
So we're all going to have a very similar.
We forgot about Marcus Forss from Brentford.
Oh,
Why didn't you?
Isn't he Swedish?
What's your group then, Gallup?
My group is Netherlands, Austria, Ukraine, and North Macedonia. Reason I've got Netherlands finishing top. I don't rate the Dutch massive. I think they've got a decent side. I think obviously they're going to miss Van Dijk a bit. At the back, they've still got De Ligt and De Vrij, however you say his name. And they've got a decent midfield. I think it's going to be interesting to see whether Weghorst steps up, because obviously he's had an unbelievable season for Wolfsburg. So it'll be interesting to see if he steps up. But I think they've got enough in this group purely because I think it's a weak group. I think actually from second down, it's like the weakest in terms of like the second, third, and fourth seeds. But yeah, I've got Netherlands finishing top. So Jace?
Yeah, I've got Netherlands top. I think like you said, it's a weak group, and I just think they have enough. I don't think they're a great side. I don't think they'll do very well in the knockout stages. We'll talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, obviously with the miss of Van Dijk at the back, it's going to be a big loss for them. Yeah,
definitely. Luke?
I have Netherlands top as well, and I think I think they've got a good side. Depay will probably, they rely a lot on Depay up front, but if he has a good tournament, he can carry them quite far because they get quite an easy run if they win their group, based on if everything goes to plan. They get quite a decent.
Not in my predictions. They're
not for you. See, in mine they do. If winning the group, they do.
So far, I think you two have got Group A, B, and C the exact same.
Actually, I've just had a thought, and I'm just on a basis. I think Ukraine might top Austria. I think Ukraine might nick second.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't rate the Ukrainian side at all.
I don't massively. They've got what's his name? I never know his name. It's a really long name. The Atlanta one.
Oh yeah, Mirovsky.
Milanivsky. I can't say his name.
Yeah.
But he's unreal at Atlanta. He's been with like Chelsea and people like that. But they got Zinchenko. People like. I just think. I don't know. Austria looked terrible against England. That was their first team, and they can beat our second string. They did compete at the end, but I feel like we tied a lot.
They could have nicked a point.
They could have nicked a point. Well,
a point for their draw.
Yeah, nicked a draw. But it was very much our second string side, so I feel like that was their full team. They've got Sabitzer and Alaba, which carry them a lot.
Do we know our full strings team? That's the question.
Well, the thing is, the reason I've got Austria second is because I think they've got a lot of decent. I think it's just decent players. It's not like outstanding, but they've got a lot of good level Bundesliga players. So a lot of their squad, a lot of their first team comes from the Bundesliga. Hinteregger, Dragovic, Ilsanker, Baumgartlinger, Lazaro. Obviously, Alaba is going to Real Madrid. My one worry for them is the same as Ukraine, really, is goal scoring. I don't know where their goals are going to come from. They've got 32-year-old Marko Arnautovic, who is playing in China. They've got Kalajdzic. I can never pronounce his name. He started against England. He had a good season for Stuttgart, 15 goals for them, but I don't know. And then Onisiwo from Mainz. That's it. I don't rate their attack at all. They're going to rely on people like Sabitzer to get their goals.
I rate Sabitzer. I think he's a good player. I can see him joining a Tottenham or United this season.
I can see him in a Spurs shirt, yeah.
Because I heard that he's up for like 15 million.
Yeah, he's up.
I think if anything comes from the Austria team, if they make any surprises, it'd be through him.
15 million's a bargain for him.
He was the best player on the pitch for them against England last week.
So, like I said, offensively they worry me a little bit, but I think they've got enough to finish second. I got Ukraine third because I just think that their team is mostly made up of Shakhtar and Dynamo players.
They've got a lot of Brazilians that aren't Brazilian.
What?
I swear they have a lot of Shakhtar players that have. I could be wrong, but don't they have people like Marlos
Who?
Is he not?
I don't think he's on
Ukraine.
the national team.
He went. I think
Is
he
it,
went back.
I'm sure they one of them. I'm sure they've got Brazilian players.
I think they've got one that's like changed nationality, but like
I could be. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but
No. I remember Miles was Ukrainian, but I don't know whether he went back to the
I
Brazilian.
don't know if he's in the squad, to be completely honest. But I just think, obviously, they've got Zinchenko. Zinchenko plays in midfield for them a lot. Up top, Yarmouk is kind of their main goal threat, and that tells you what you need to know. I'm not massive on him. He plays for Ghent. So yeah, I mean, that's why I've got Austria ahead of Ukraine. Any thoughts on that, Jace, on Austria and Ukraine?
Yeah, I've actually got Ukraine bottom.
You're Ukraine bottom.
I've got North Macedonia finishing third.
Is that a Goran Pandev masterclass?
That is an Alioski yellow card.
Alioski from Leeds, yeah.
I actually would love North Macedonia to do well.
I'd like them to do well.
So would I. Yeah.
Do you think they'll beat Ukraine?
I think they'll beat Ukraine. Yeah.
So you've got them to go through. Have you got them to go through?
No, I've not got them to go through, but
okay. I feel like 3 points could push them through in third place.
Where it depends on how many draws there are on the other groups. Because if there's a lot of draws in the other groups, 3 points will be enough. If like every third place team has 3 points, then you're going to need a few goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at their squad. By the way, Ukraine. They do have Marlos from Shakhtar Donetsk in that squad.
It's also crazy that a team like North Macedonia are in the Euros ahead of a team like Norway or Serbia.
Well, that's it. I mean, a lot of people slate the Nations League. That's why I like the Nations League. It gives, because otherwise you just have so many pointless games for these lesser nations, and it makes people lose interest, makes players lose interest, makes fans lose interest. It's just a lot better when there's always something to fight towards in the Nations League. Hence why, I mean, because they came through the League D path to get to here. So
yeah, no, I agree. I just don't know how Serbia didn't qualify with the team they have.
One day, San Marino will make the tournament.
Can you imagine the scene? Can you imagine the scenes? That'd be unreal.
I think everyone else should just forfeit the tournament and let them win it.
That'd be unreal. Yeah. So I mean, I've got. Wait, hang on. Luke, you said you've got Ukraine second, yeah?
I've got Ukraine second. I just think I just back them. I don't know why.
And then Austria. So you don't rate Austria. You've got Austria third.
I don't rate Austria, and then Macedonia bottom. But I'd like to see Macedonia get a point against someone at least. If they score a goal, it's a good tournament for them, isn't it? So
if North Macedonia,
they did beat Germany in a World Cup qualifier.
If they go through, I'll buy a North Macedonia shirt.
I agree. I will as well. I'll
with Pandev on the back.
Yeah, or Elmas.
Whoever scores the goal to send them.
Yeah,
through.
whoever scores the goal, just a random, even if it's a random defender that we don't know.
Yeah. I mean, but you actually, I was looking at some of the leagues that their players play in. I mean, obviously you've got Pandev, who's at Genoa.
He's about 50 now, though, isn't he, Pandev? He's very old.
He's 37. Yeah, and his yeah.
No.
His hairline is just it's something to behold as well, isn't it?
Where was it? Who was he at? Was it Napoli? Or was it? Who did he play for?
Pandev.
Yeah, who did he play for in Italy? I always remember him on FIFA.
I ain't got a clue. I only remember him at Genoa, to be honest. He's been at Genoa for a couple of years, I think.
Milan.
Into Milan.
Yeah.
Oh. That must have been it.
And Lazio.
Obviously, they've got
Napoli, yeah.
Napoli. I remember it, Napoli.
Obviously, they've got Elmas from Napoli as well. I think a lot of people will forget that one. But
and then in between Napoli and Genoa, he made 4 appearances for Galatasaray.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't score any goals.
I love Macedonia. I'd love them to do well.
Yeah, but I was looking at the leagues that their team, the rest of the players play for. You know, not Pandev, Elmas, or Alioski. Some of these leagues: La Liga DOS, Serie B, the Hungarian League, the Cypriot League, Croatian League, Albanian League, Slovakian League, and the Bosnian League.
It's not great
in the world.
No, not great. So that's our thoughts on Group C.
This is the big one. This is the big one, really.
This is the big one.
I know. Jason's gone against the code here. I know
he has. I know he has. I know what he's done. I've got England winning the group, and you can call it biased all you want. I genuinely think it is the most logical choice to put England top. I think the attacking quality we've got obviously probably far outweighs any other side in the group. I know at major tournaments we tend to bottle it, and I know that some of the things with Southgate and the squad have upset a lot of people. I think the only worry obviously is Maguire not being fit.
Also,
but other than that,
five at the back, 2 CDMs. Please, I beg he does not play that formation. I don't mind the 5 at the back, but you can't play the 2 CDMs. You need just one.
Is one of you being nailed in or something?
Oh, that's my next door's nail or something like that.
Oh. But yeah, like I say, I think we've got enough. And like I say, yeah, the 5 at the back, 2 CDMs may not be great, but if we haven't got Maguire, it does offer a bit of protection, to be completely honest. So I do think England will top the group. Like I say, we've got fantastic quality going forward.
I actually think
why not.
I've got Croatia to finish second in England, and I think they will push England. But I looked into Croatia. They're in very, very bad form. They're not very good at the minute. Since the World Cup, I didn't realise how badly they did in the Nations League last year. Did you see the results in their group?
Who did they have?
I think it was Spain. I can't remember the group, but they finished 3rd out of the 4 in their group. They only got 3 points out of 6 games, and the other teams got 15 and 12.
Oh.
So and then the team below them finished. I think it was Sweden, got 0 points. They only managed to win 1 game out of 6 in their group.
Yeah,
they're
that's
not looking great.
Well, the thing is that I've got Croatia second, and I'll talk about them in a second. But Jason, you've got Croatia top, haven't you?
I do, yeah.
So you talk to us about Croatia first, and then we'll get on to Croatia.
So yeah, I think Croatia, obviously England, I don't like being too optimistic of England just because I now call it major tournaments. And also found out yesterday we haven't won our last 9 opening Euro games or something.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
ridiculous stat.
Yeah,
and like you said, we're not great in massive tournaments. We
not great.
We've not really. We've got this big attacking threat, but we've also got Southgate, who's a very defensive manager. So it's two combinations that you don't really want. But like I said, we did well in the World Cup. We also finished second in that group in the World Cup, which probably was realistic to Belgium. I just think Croatia will. I think we'll draw to them on Sunday. I think it could be 0-0. I think it could be a bore fest. But I don't want it to be. I want us to win the group. Obviously, we'll get France, Portugal, or Germany if we do. If we don't, we get them in the quarterfinals.
Or Hungary.
Or Hungary. Yeah, we can't rule out Hungary. If we don't, we get them in the quarterfinals. So we're going to face them anyway. I want us to play one of them. But I think we'll get second, and then I think I've got us to play Spain. But yeah, I think Croatia have got such big players in their team. They did well in big tournament, the World Cup last year. So
if you Croatia in back to the Nations League, they only didn't get relegated to the B League in the Nations League by 1 goal.
And was it Sweden?
Sweden had the same points as them. Sweden beat them, and they finished on -8 goal difference. Croatia finished on -7.
Yeah. The thing is that I mean, I was dismissing Croatia a bit because, like I say, I think their golden generation, as it were, obviously aged. I mean, Modric is still going, but he's like 35 and a poor season with Real Madrid. Mandzukic retired. I think Rakitic retired from international football, didn't he?
I have no idea. I don't even know. I haven't actually looked at their squad, to be fair, Croatia.
But to be fair, they've actually got still a fair bit of quality. I mean, like I say, was still Vasalko at the back, Kovacic, Perisic, Rebic, Pasalic. So they've still got good players. But I don't know. I just don't think that they'll ride the same wave that they did in 2018.
Orsic as well.
Have they still got that? They still got the one with the ponytail at the back.
Vida. Yeah.
Vida, is it? I thought he was. They're not gonna. They got him and Dejan Lovren at the back still.
They've got winners in it.
I don't think that's great. I think they're aging.
Yeah, the centre back. Yeah, they are aging definitely. Yeah.
They got Vasalko as well. Who just won La Liga.
For Schalke, yeah.
They've got Mateo Kovacic, who's very good, I think, personally.
I don't rate him massively, but
I think he's a brilliant player. But again, their attack isn't great. They've got Kramaric. I mean, he's okay. They've got Ante Rebic, Petkovic, and Bracalo.
Bracalo is another one. He had an unbelievable season for Wolfsburg.
It's not. It doesn't worry you, does it? Like it did in the World Cup.
Oh, it worries me.
That worries you. That front four worries you.
No, the England team worries me. The way we're going to set up worries me.
Oh, that worries me. But if you go realistically, I mean, anyone's going to get our defence. It's not hard with Tyrone Mings at the back, but Kramaric doesn't worry me. I don't think. But
Leicester City flop.
It's been played at Wembley, isn't it? And obviously in the Nations League at Wembley, I know we beat them, but
actually, Kramaric scored. Kramaric scored in that game. Actually,
we were
put them on the up.
Yeah,
we were there when we got.
They've got a couple other players who are quite highly rated though by like English fans. Barisic from Rangers. Is it Borja Barisic? And Coletta Carr, who's been linked to move to England as well. So I don't know, but I think they've definitely got comfortably enough to finish second in my eyes.
I think that as well, but it wouldn't shock me if they had a poor tournament.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
All our games being at Wembley is a good thing or not?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, it should be. How many fans are allowed in?
No idea.
15,000, I think.
That's enough to make some sort of noise.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're all England.
They must be. No one can travel.
Yeah, they won't be allowed to come from Croatia. No. There will undoubtedly be Croatian fans there, but they'll be from England.
Where does everyone have Scotland?
I've got them fourth. Joe, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking it's going to seem massively biased, but I just can't see anything. I mean, they've got probably the best squad they've had for a long time. Let's make no mistake about that. They've obviously got Andrew Robertson, Kieran Tierney. There's that situation of getting both of those players in the team. But you would imagine it would be Tierney left centre back, Robertson left wing back. And they've got obviously McTominay, John McGinn, Stuart Armstrong, and the mighty Che Adams as well. So I mean, Che Adams, the real Scotsman, he could do something for him. What do you think? Both of you.
I don't see them. I don't see them. I think their best game. They'll struggle against Czech Republic and Croatia. I think the only game they will inevitably turn up somewhat will be against us because they want to beat us.
I think they will turn up against us, but I still think we'll beat them.
I think we'll beat them. I think it's the only. I think they will get comfortably beaten by Croatia. I think they might nick a draw at Czech Republic.
That's what I've got them doing. I've got them nicking a draw against Czech Republic. I just don't think they'll concede less than Czech Republic, which is why I've got them in fourth.
Well, I've got them third. Just because, like you say, that midfield of McTominay and McGinn, I think it's an underrated midfield.
It's very good.
Obviously, they got Robertson, Tierney, like you said. And I just think one of those sides, they're hard to make a judgment on because obviously we don't know much about them, but they just drew to Netherlands.
That was a good result.
Only friendly, but yeah, they played quite well in that game. I don't know if they won it. I actually think they'll beat Czech Republic. So I don't think Czech Republic have got much going forward, and then I've got them to draw against England as well.
Fair enough.
They'll turn up. I think they'll turn up in a big game against.
Yeah. I mean, the Czech Republic side is actually, I don't know why I thought it was a fair bit better than it is. Maybe I was basing it off the fact because I know that they beat us in the Euro qualifier in Prague. But realistically, their side, obviously they've got Souček and Coufal, sorry. And other than that, I'd say probably their only standout players, Patrick Schick from Leverkusen. Other than that, they haven't got an awful lot. It is a very average side. So I definitely think Scotland can get something against them. And if Scotland can get something, I think it will be against Czech Republic. And like I said, I've got them getting a draw at Hampden Park in the first game against Scotland. But then that's it for them. So Czech Republic third, Scotland fourth.
I've just realised I've actually got England only finishing 1 point ahead of Scotland. In the
Oh,
group,
no.
which is
You think Scotland are going to win a game in the group?
I think they'll beat Czech Republic.
I don't. I honestly, I don't know how you see that.
I think after match day 1, they'll be top of the group.
That's a big statement.
Because I think we'll draw to Croatia and they'll beat.
They could be top even if we both draw, I suppose.
No,
can they? No, maybe they can't actually.
Czech Republic will be there on. Even if, yeah.
Does it not matter? Like if you score more goals though, so like if they draw 2-2 and we draw 1-1.
Yeah, but Czech Republic would have also scored.
Oh, alphabetical, yeah.
Group E then. This is one that I've gone a little bit out there on. I feel like there's always a shock. And I think the shock in the group stage is going to come from this group. And I think Poland are going to win Group E. And Jason,
I've got that as well.
Have you actually got that?
Yeah. No way.
I didn't think you went for that, Luke.
I did, just.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't think it. I've gone for it, but I'm not sure it will happen.
Wait, so did you two both have?
So that doesn't make sense then.
I've gone for it. I think they're going to be good at this tournament, so they could easily. My prediction is they will finish above Spain, because Spain's team doesn't look great, but Spain could just turn up and do what Spain do, and then they won't.
So did you both have England, Croatia, Czech Republic, Scotland for Group D?
Yeah.
And you both got. So you both still got 100% for each other. So
we have.
No, because I went Ukraine in second.
Oh, okay. You did. Yeah, you went Ukraine in Group C. Yeah. I mean, Poland's side, when you actually look at the quality throughout the side, it isn't the greatest. Obviously, they've got Lewandowski up top. They've got some experienced players, but it's weird because they've got experienced players not playing at particularly great clubs. They've got, I would say, quite like names that I would expect it to be at bigger clubs. They've got Krakowiak in midfield. I think he's at Lokomotiv Moscow, and then Kamil Glik, who's at centre back, who's been playing for Benevento, who just got relegated from Serie A. But listen, I think they've got a decent enough side, and I think because I don't think Spain will do well, I think on the night against Spain that they will beat them and consequently top the group. Because I think they'll comfortably beat Slovakia and probably just about beat Sweden as well. So Poland top. I think they'll either draw again. Yeah, I think they will win all 3 games. I think they'll get 9 points. Yeah.
I don't think they'll beat Spain.
I think they'll beat Spain.
I don't know. I've put them above Spain, but my opinion's changing on the spot right now. Maybe they won't.
I like the Poland side, but they haven't performed really well. So I just on the side. They've got Zelensky as well in the midfield.
I was literally about to say that. That's the one player that stands out that gives me, alongside Lewandowski, Zelensky is very good for Napoli.
We've got 2 good goalkeepers in Szczesny and Fabianski as well.
Yeah.
Obviously got Bednarek.
That's a good point. That's just reminded me. I forgot about Szczesny. I might take Fabianski out of my fantasy because I got him in goal. He probably won't start.
Well,
got Kamil. Got Glik, haven't they, at centre back?
Kamil Glik, yeah.
Well, I actually think Poland's, Spain, and Sweden, either one of them could win the group, and I think Spain could even finish 3rd. It wouldn't surprise me.
Sweden had Zlatan. It could have been a different story, but.
I mean, I've got Spain in 2nd. Listen, they've still got quality. It's just when I say quality, it's not the same quality of teams that we've seen in the past in Spain. I mean, you all remember.
I can't believe they've dropped all Madrid players.
Yeah, well, the former Barcelona manager Jose Enrique.
But I swear he played. I swear he was a part of Real Madrid at one point. I think he played for Real Madrid.
Did he?
Yeah, as a. I don't know if it is that. I just think because Isco's not been in form. Ramos, I don't know why he didn't pick Ramos.
Ramos has only played 7 times since Feb.
I think that's it. But who else does Spain have? Asensio,
Carvajal.
I'm surprised Carvajal didn't go.
And old Riesabal.
But they play Navas, don't they, at right back?
Navas still?
I'm sure they still play Jesus Navas, don't they?
Do they? For Sevilla, don't they?
Yeah, no, as in Spain play Jesus Navas at right back, don't they?
Surely they don't play 35-year-old Jesus Navas.
Well, in their last game against Lithuania, they played Carlos Gil.
They played a lot of young players in
They
that
actually
game.
played Marcus Llorente at fullback as well.
Oh yeah, he's a good player though.
Yeah. Listen, they've still got quality, but I just don't. I mean, Azpilicueta, Pau Torres, Marcus Llorente, Thiago. Will Thiago step up for Spain? He hasn't been fantastic in his first season for Liverpool.
That Spanish squad suits Thiago a lot more than.
Yeah.
I've got them second because they're relying on Alvaro Morata and.
They got Gerard Moreno.
And Gerard Moreno. But
Gerard Moreno has a good season for Villarreal. I feel like playing
Moreno.
for Villarreal and playing for Spain are very two different things.
But if you watch the Spain-Portugal game, the amount of chances Morata missed was outrageous. Should have scored at least 2 or 3. But I think their best player this tournament will be Ferran Torres.
I think they're thinking of playing Ferran Torres up top.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's young. He's obviously been scoring for City as well.
Yeah.
I'll rate him.
Interesting. I've got Sweden in third. I think they're a very, very average side. I mean, obviously, Zlatan was back in the fray until he wasn't when he got injured. But I don't know I mean, they did really well at the World Cup. But they're another one of those sides who is suffering at the hands of being aging slightly. Obviously, they've still got Lindelof, Forsberg, Kulikevsky. So, yeah, I think Sweden are good enough to beat Slovakia. Probably not good enough to do much else. And Luke's just disappeared for no reason.
Sorry. I was on mute because my
All right. What have you got for Slovakia and Sweden, or between those two?
Sweden third, Slovakia bottom. I don't think Slovakia. They're like, to me, they're like one up of Macedonia. Really, they're like another team that will just they're making up the numbers.
I think Sweden could be another side that just go under the radar.
Really?
Yeah, because you talk about their strike force, but I don't think you mentioned Alexander Isaac, 21-year-old from Sociedad.
Isaac.
Yeah. Unbelievable season. I think he's very good. They've obviously got Forsberg as well, and I think
they got Kulikevsky from Juve.
I think they'll go through, but I do think they'll finish third.
Yeah. I think they will. Actually, I haven't got them going through. I don't think they'll get enough. Let me just double check. That is correct. Did I put them through? No, I didn't. No. And I think that was mainly.
You don't see Sweden beating Slovakia?
I see Sweden beating Slovakia. I don't see them getting enough goals.
Do you not think they'll get a point against Poland or Spain?
Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll make a point against Poland.
Not against Poland or Spain.
Interesting.
Not for me, anyway. I think Slovakia, like you said, I mean, there again, a lot of these sides suffer from Asian players. But I mean, I saw them play Cyprus in a World Cup qualifier. They really struggled. I mean, it was 0-0, and they really struggled to break down a poor Cyprus side. I mean, they really struggled. And I think they played Malta at home as well. And I can't remember. I think they drew that game. They went 2-0 down against Malta, and then brought it back to 2-2. So they're not in great form. And I think
they did reach quarterfinals. They did reach quarterfinals of the World Cup, though. So they're a decent side. Oh, you're talking about? Oh, sorry, go on. I thought you said Sweden. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, Slovakia unbelievably still have Peter Pekarik playing, Andre Duda, obviously still Hamsik as well.
Do they still have Hamsik?
Yeah. So
where's he even at now? Where does he play?
They got Skriniar as well from Inter.
Skriniar's a good player, actually.
About Slovenia and Slovakia.
You get mixed up.
I always get mixed up.
Yeah.
Slovakia slightly better.
Yeah.
I just think that they haven't got enough quality in their side, and Sweden, like I say, their attack is actually probably slightly underrated, even from what I thought initially. So Sweden in third, Slovakia in fourth. Has everybody agreed on that?
Agreed on that.
Yeah.
Nice one. So now we're on to the group of F.
Oh dear, that was terrible. That was shocking.
I knew Jason would like that.
The group of F. Nice.
It's France, Germany, Portugal, Hungary. That is the exact order I've got it in, actually. France, Germany, Portugal, Hungary. I feel sorry for Hungary, but I think France are going to win the group because I could definitely see them maybe struggling in one of these group games, because I remember the World Cup in 2018, they took a while to get it going, but because they were playing, I think it was Denmark, Australia, and Peru, they were allowed to take time to get going, and they just narrowly beat Australia, narrowly beat Peru.
I remember watching that Australia game. Australia should have won that game.
Yeah.
They were by far the better side, and then France got a dodgy penalty, and then Pogba scored.
Goal ever.
It locked the keeper from the defence. Came off the defence.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
The penalty, didn't it? Australia was so good in that game.
Yeah.
It took a while for France to get going, and I feel like if it's going to be the same here, they might even finish second or third. But genuinely, I think that they might draw one of the Germany-Portugal games, but I think they'll score the most against Hungary, and I think that they'll beat one of Germany or Portugal. So I've got France top in the group. What about you two?
Well, I've got Hungary top. So no.
Maybe if Solobsai was fit, or however you say his name,
Szoboszlai. That's the name.
Yeah.
France should win the group on paper, and I've gone for that. But I'm slightly debating it because they always are their own enemy, because they always fall out in camp. And there's already been reports that a couple of players have fallen out and stuff, and they always ruin their tournaments. Obviously, it didn't last time, but 2010 they did it. Was it Anelka that left? People like that. They've got Benzema that's come back in. He's not very renowned for being behaved in the squad and like getting on with players. So they always have internal problems at tournaments, and they got a tough group. If they have them problems, Germany and Portugal could turn up and smash them if they have them problems.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get away with it because, like you said, they have weaker groups. Like they struggled in the start of that 2018 World Cup, but they had a weak group, so they managed to pull themselves through. But if they struggle at the start of this group, they're in trouble.
Yeah. No, I agree. And they would have to probably rely on putting a few goals past Hungary to get through.
But if they come to the tournament how everyone expects them to come to the tournament, and in good spirits, they should win every game.
Yeah.
They've got the quality.
But you think, imagine being a team that's won your group, and then you go to the last 16 and you end up playing France because France finished third. How annoyed would you be?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be annoyed.
Yeah.
But
sorry, lads.
It's all right. Go on.
I've got
no people are shouting in my house. So you go.
I've got France top, but I'm in an iron between Portugal and France as to who's going to win the group. France have obviously got the greatest player in world football in Olivier Giroud.
I knew that was coming.
He was only 6 goals away from surpassing the Thierry Henry record for all-time French top scorer, which is an outrageous record.
And he's also the world's best-looking man as well.
He is the best-looking footballer in the world. Yeah. And obviously, he's been having a debate with Mbappe, saying to him, "You're never going to surpass this record when you're older." But they've been falling out in the camp. Giroud was just shown him the Champions League medal. Said you could have had this last year against Bayern, but he didn't. And yeah, now France just living life. But Portugal got them second. I think they're that side that, for me, are gonna go very far in this tournament.
Portugal's an interesting one because I don't think Ronaldo is going to be the man that carries Portugal.
No,
I don't think he is. I think Jota will turn up and have a great tournament.
Yeah,
I think they've got more players. They've got Fernandes. They got Jota. They got. Off the top of my head, I really struggle with this stuff. Who else they got? They got a lot of good players, but I can't think off the top of my head.
Jota, João Felix,
João Felix. They got so many good players.
Andre Silva.
They got so many good players that Ronaldo, in his terms, hasn't had a great season.
Yeah. So
obviously, he's still done numbers that most players would do at the peak of their career, but for him, I don't think he's going to turn up and be the man that carries them.
Yeah, no, I see that. It's a weird one, Portugal, isn't it? Because I mean, that 2016 side, everyone was saying about how poor their actual squad was because it had obviously Ronaldo, and then it actually lacked a lot of strength and depth throughout it. They still had some of the players they've got now, but like it just wasn't actually a very good side. If you think about, I mean, you think about who scored the winning goal, it was Eder. So, I mean, that kind of shows you really that a lot of people didn't rate that Portuguese side, but now they've got the quality. So with the quality comes the expectation. But I've got Germany finishing in second. Here's why. I think a lot of people were going to drag down Germany in this tournament and say that they're not going to do well. I don't think they're going to be outstanding, but I think they're going to be a lot better than most people give them credit for. How relevant this is, I don't know, but it is Joachim Löw's last tournament, and I think he will do everything he can to get the players motivated for that. Obviously, if you can't get motivated for Euros, but it just adds a little bit extra. They still have good players. I mean, Thomas Muller, who still seems to be doing ridiculous numbers for assists and stuff at his age. Still got Gnabry, Sane, Kimmich, Gundogan. They've still got good players. And I think that mostly because of how Portugal are in group stages, I think Germany will finish second. Because Portugal, if you remember in Euro 2016, really struggled through their group. I think they drew every game.
They struggled through the whole tournament.
They literally got through on penalties and extra time. I think in terms of winning games in 90 minutes, I think they won one game in 90 minutes in the whole tournament.
They stumbled to that title, honestly.
Yeah. But, I mean, fair play, because it was unreal. But
wait, what are we talking about?
Portugal in 16. They stumbled their way to the title.
They won like one game in 90 minutes. But, yeah. I mean, in that group, they were actually in that same group with Hungary, if you remember, in 2016.
Yeah.
I think they drew 3-3 with Hungary.
Blimey.
So
they didn't have a great. Yeah. They didn't have a great World Cup either, really. Portugal.
No, I think they got knocked out by Uruguay, didn't they?
Round of 16, yeah. Cavani scored twice, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, the World Cup was a little bit of a letdown, I think. But listen, I mean, back then, I still think defensively was probably their issue. I wouldn't say it's completely solved, but Ruben Diaz certainly helps with that. Although, alongside him, it's either going to be 37-year-old Pepe or 37-year-old Jose Fonte. So,
I mean,
yeah, but Fonte just won the Liga, and he was.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. I think he got injured in that last game.
I've got Portugal second. I don't think I said that.
So
I've got it: France, Portugal, Germany, Hungary.
I haven't got that.
I've got Germany in second.
Oh, don't tell me you got Germany bottom.
We've got Germany bottom.
Oh, no.
I don't rate this Germany side at all.
Mate, they got Timo Werner up front.
Ever since the World Cup in 2014, the World Cup, they were balls, absolute balls. They were terrible.
Germany.
It's Germany, but
They'll find a way.
We analysed their squad, I think it was last week or something. Like, just outside their starting 11, it's just poor.
It is, I agree. It's not great outside the starting 11, but it's Germany. They'll find a way. I think.
I'm just,
the thing is with these things is that lightning doesn't often strike twice with those things. I feel like them going out in the group is one of those one-off things. I mean, you remember, it was like when, I think it was Spain that went out in the group at 2014 after winning the title. Didn't they lost to Holland. Smashed 5-1 by Holland, then lost to Chile. But I don't think the same, like that happened once, and then I don't remember how they did in Euro 2016, to be honest.
But they've got, obviously, Kai Havertz, who's a very good player. They're relying on Timo Werner, which he's hit and miss, and they got
Serge Gnabry. Gnabry scores a lot of goals for Germany. He scores a lot of goals for Germany.
He's a very good player.
Gnabry, Sane, Kimmich, Gundogan, who's had the season of his life. Gundogan.
Yeah, Gundogan's good. But their defence is quite old as well.
They still play Hummel. Or does he not play anymore?
They recalled Hummels back into the squad, yeah.
Is Boateng still in the team?
I don't think so.
I think it'll be Hummels and Sule. I'm not sure.
It's very old, and it's very slow as well. And
does Kimmich play midfield? Does Kimmich play midfield for them?
I think so.
So who's their fullbacks?
I'm getting up their team now.
I don't actually know who their fullbacks are.
Inter, Gossens, Gunter, Halstenberg.
Gossens had an unbelievable season for Atalanta.
Klosterman, Rudiger, Sule, and Robin Koch.
Yeah, that's not their strongest side.
It's poor defensively, and this is slow as well. And in this day and age, with the team's attacking threat and pace,
this is what I mean. I think that will affect them going on later in the tournament. I don't think it will affect them at this stage.
You remember they still got Thomas Müller and players like that.
Yeah,
they looked very good against Latvia the other night as well. So,
but that's against Latvia, to be fair.
But we had Romania, but they absolutely hammered them.
Romania are a lot better even than Latvia.
Oh no, I know, but
yeah,
we should have beaten Romania comfortably 3-4-0, probably.
Yeah. Anyway,
I rate Germany's. Germany have Rudiger as well, and Rudiger's had a very good second half of the season with Chelsea.
He has had a very good season. Well,
and they got
half season.
If their team against Latvia is quite a dangerous side. They had Neuer, Ginter, Hummels, Rudiger, Kimmich, Kroos, Gundogan, Gosens, Havertz, Müller, Gnabry.
That's a dangerous side. That's a good side.
Very good side.
I don't know why I'm just not convinced by them, and I don't know why. But
fair enough.
And Timo Werner scored against Latvia. He scored a goal coming into the tournament. It's unbelievable.
But I've got Hungary in fourth. The unlucky thing is that obviously their standout player is however you say his name, Solobsai. He's got injured before this tournament. He basically brought them there. Now he's injured. They lack so much quality. The majority of their players, I looked at their squad, the majority of their players play in either lesser European leagues or actually, I'd say probably at least half play actually in Hungary, in the Hungarian league. I think it's called the OTP Bank Liga. That's not a good standard. I've seen that league before, and it's not a good standard. So,
I think what gives away the quality of their side is if their goalkeepers get injured, they would be playing Adam Bogdan in goal.
Adam Bogdan, yeah. Where is he at the minute?
He's their second choice goalkeeper.
Where is he?
He is playing for Ferencváros.
Ferencváros. Oh,
yeah, and he's the second choice keeper of Ferencváros.
Oh, Neil.
Thing is, they're in a group where every team they play, they're going to just look to frustrate them. And they've got 3 games to do it, and I think one of them they just might frustrate them.
I don't think they'll whip a win. They could nick a point somewhere because they are just going to put 11 men behind the ball in every single game.
Yeah, I agree. They could get a point. Yeah.
Well, they've got Galassi and Willie Orban as the 2 players that
they did draw to Ireland though in their last game.
0-0, wasn't it?
I think they drew to Poland 3-3 as well. It's a pretty good result for them.
That's a decent result, yeah.
They conceded to Andorra. I don't know if that means a lot, but that's not great.
Yeah. Well, that is the entire group stage. So I want to hear everyone's last 16 lineup. Well, firstly, who have you got going through as your best third place teams? I've got Switzerland going through because I think they'll beat Wales. And I think they could definitely get a point against Turkey. Russia, because I think they'll beat Finland and probably score a few in that. Ukraine, because I think they'll beat Macedonia and again probably score a couple in that. And Portugal, because they'll smash Hungary, I think. And you'll probably get a point maybe against Germany as well. I've got Czech Republic and Sweden going out because I think Czech Republic will draw to Scotland. Therefore, they'll only be on 1 point. And Sweden, because I do think they might beat Slovakia, but I think it might be like 2-1 or something like that. And I think maybe goal difference might let them down. So, yeah, I've got Czech Republic and Sweden going out, Switzerland, Russia, and Ukraine and Portugal going through in third place. What have you two got?
I have got, if you give me a sec, I have got Russia going through. Because I think they'll beat Finland.
Yeah.
And by a comfortable. And I think they could even they're a decent side, Russia. Always are. They're always solid. They could nick something at either probably Denmark or Belgium. It's unlikely, but they could. I've then got Austria going through because they'll beat Macedonia.
Yeah.
And they could draw to Ukraine.
Yeah.
And then I've got Sweden going through.
Okay.
Because I think they'll beat Slovakia, and I think now they could knock a point at either Spain or Poland.
Yeah.
And then I've got Germany going through.
Okay. Jason?
I've got Wales going through because I think they'll beat Switzerland. in third. I've also got Russia going through, same reason as Luke. They can shock a few people and they'll beat Finland comfortably, I think. I've got Scotland going through from Group D, just because obviously I said I think they'll finish on 4 points. Sweden, like I said, I think they can finish anywhere out of the top 3 in that group. So I think they'll pick up points. They'll definitely beat Slovakia, and they could nick a point against Poland and Spain. And then the 2 going out, I've got North Macedonia, unfortunately, and Hungary.
Fair enough. So, where does that leave everyone's last 16 lineup? My lineup is Belgium, Switzerland, Italy, Austria, France, Ukraine, Croatia, Spain, Poland, Russia, England, Germany, Netherlands, Portugal, and Turkey, Denmark. Jason?
I've got Belgium, Scotland, Turkey, Austria, France, Russia, England, Spain, Poland, Wales, Croatia, Portugal. That's a big game. Netherlands, Sweden, and Italy, Denmark. It's not a big game.
What I feel like that'll do is I think you're going to put Wales to go further than England.
No.
I've got Belgium, Germany,
Oof.
Italy, Ukraine, France, Russia, Croatia versus Spain, Poland versus Austria, England versus Portugal, Netherlands versus Sweden, and Turkey versus Denmark.
Okay. So, for the first game, I've got Belgium, Switzerland. I think, like I said, Switzerland are a decent side, but I just can't see how they would trouble Belgium enough. I mean, even with Belgium's poor defence, they'd have to rely on the defence making a mistake. But Belgium should comfortably beat Switzerland, so Belgium go through for me. Jason, Luke?
Yeah, Belgium go through for me.
I've also got Belgium beating Germany. Germany going out at the round of 16.
And Jason, who Belgium beating for you?
Scotland.
Beating Scotland, yeah? Okay. I feel like most people have got Italy, Austria in the next game.
I've got Italy, Ukraine. But
I've got Turkey, Austria.
Oh, no, I just mean like as in general with the general predictions. Most people are predicting it to be Italy, Austria. And I think Italy will win that game. I think Austria are decent enough. But again, attack-wise, they don't offer enough. Italy, they're a well-rounded side. I think they should comfortably beat Austria, and go through. So, what have you got?
I've got Italy beating Ukraine and facing Belgium in the quarterfinal.
Jason?
I've got Turkey beating Austria and facing Belgium in the quarterfinal.
Okay, that's a tasty one.
Do we all have France, Russia in the next game?
I've got France, Russia.
I've got France, Ukraine. I think France will come. I think they'll.
Yeah,
maybe not smash
Ukraine. We've all got France going through.
Yeah. I don't know about smash Ukraine because, I mean, actually, this is an interesting one because Ukraine got a point in France in a World Cup qualifier. France drew 1-1 with them recently. But then Ukraine kind of went and undid all of that by drawing 1-1 at home to Finland and then 1-1 at home to Kazakhstan. So I think France would, in a tournament, comfortably win that. You two got France beating Russia, yeah?
Yeah, got France beating Russia.
Okay.
Easy.
I would like to see Russia go through, but...
Yeah. Croatia, Spain. I think this is a really interesting one because Croatia's side has still got quality, but it is Asian. And Spain, I don't rate their side massively. I think this one genuinely could go either way. I could see Croatia doing it. But I've got Spain going through. Jason, what's your last 16 game?
England, Spain.
England, Spain.
I've got... It's tough, but I have got England going through. I think we'll just edge it. And I think it might be penalties.
Okay.
I've got Spain to beat Croatia as well.
I've got Spain to, but yeah, okay. Decent.
Also, I've had a mare, lads. If England finish second in the group, we play on Monday the 28th. And I've got, I'm going to the cricket on Monday the 28th.
Are you?
Yeah, at the Ageas Bowl.
Oh, the Hampshire double bill.
T20. No, it's not a double bill. It's versus Middlesex, I think.
Nice.
I'll miss the England game.
Who are you going with?
Maisie and my granddad. It's going to be really fun.
Nice. All right. I've got Poland, Russia next.
Wales.
I'll be fuming if we finish second. I need us to finish top.
Poland, for me, but I feel like Russia could do a number on Poland, but I've got Poland winning that game. I think they've got enough to get through. Jason?
Yeah, I've got Poland, Wales. Well, I'm going to edge Poland. I think maybe 2-1. I think they'll win.
I've got Poland, Austria.
And who have you got going through from that?
Poland.
So we've all got Poland progressing to the quarterfinals.
And I've got a big statement. And England will join them in the quarterfinals to face them after knocking out Portugal.
I've got a big statement. England will join them to face them in the quarterfinals after beating Germany.
Things you love to see.
Honestly, I think it's going to happen. I think, listen.
It's coming home, lads.
Oh, it is. It's coming home. Portugal is. I feel like I'd be more worried against Portugal than Germany, even though I've got Germany finishing ahead of Portugal in the group. Because I just think on the day we've got a better chance of beating Germany. I have got us beating them, but it's one of those. It could go either way, and it's one of those as well. Where, like, I mean, I know the whole country would go into meltdown should we lose in the last 16. Would it be justified? I don't know. But I think we'd have to wait and see how we play on the day. Yeah. But it's very unlucky the fact that we've got to play one of those sides in the last 16. We just got to hope that we get through it and win it. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Jason?
I think, just touching on your game for a minute, I think if we do beat Portugal, obviously I'd love us to. I genuinely think we'll go the whole way if we beat Portugal.
I think we'll go the whole way, yeah.
And that includes getting to the final, and who we play in the final, I don't know yet. But if we do beat Portugal, I think we'll go all the way to the final. But yeah, I can't see us being Portugal. But anyway, I haven't got us playing Portugal, so
yeah.
I've got Croatia playing Portugal, and I think Portugal are just too strong for them, so I went Portugal to beat Croatia.
Okay. Decent. I've got next up Netherlands, Portugal. I think this is a good game, but like I say, I don't rate the Netherlands side massively. I feel like on their day they definitely could beat Portugal, but I think Portugal got enough. And I just that defense, even though they have got De Ligt and De Vrij, however you say his name, players like Dumfries don't fill me with massive confidence. So yeah, I think Portugal win that. Jace, what's your next game?
I've got Netherlands, Sweden, and I've
got the exact same.
I've got Sweden going through.
I've got Holland going through. There's no way Sweden are beating Netherlands.
Sweden to win, that is a big statement.
I think they'll win 2-0 as well.
No,
2-0.
Yeah. It's never happening. Netherlands will beat them. Netherlands are going through.
We love it.
Yeah. Finally, Turkey-Denmark. I think, in my opinion, this is actually the game of the round for me. I think this will be a really good game. And it's a difficult one to call because, like Luke said, it's two of the dark horses of the tournament.
I wouldn't say it's game of the round when England-Germany's in your predictions.
No. I mean, like, I think in terms of the quality of the game on the day, I think it'll be like, it could easily be like 3-2, 4-3.
England-Germany's a tasty game. You can never be that is the one game I want. I want us to knock the German, to beat the Germans.
Yeah.
Germany finished second, though.
Yeah. I got
Germany finishing third.
So we play Portugal in the last 16.
Yeah, no, I was talking about Gallup's predictions because he said Germany.
Oh, right, yeah.
Turkey, Denmark. Like I said, this one could go either way. They've both got good sides. I feel like logic would take you slightly more towards Denmark, but I really like this Turkish side, so I've got Turkey going through.
I've got Turkey beating Denmark as well.
Yeah, decent. Jace, what have you got?
Luke's not going to like this one. He didn't like my last one either, but it's Italy, Denmark, and I'm going Denmark.
You think we're going to have a Denmark versus Sweden quarterfinal of the Euros?
Quarterfinal. Why not?
You're off your head, mate. You're off your head.
Sweden can be
and you're going to see why you're off your head in a minute, but we'll get to it.
Okay, so my quarterfinal lineup: Belgium, Italy, France, Spain, Poland, England, and Portugal, Turkey. I believe the quarterfinal is the game if we win the group, we play away from the UK. I think we play in Rome or something.
You can. I'll view the details. We play in Rome.
I think it's.
Yeah.
Oh, is it if we win the group?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your quarterfinal lineup, Jason?
I've got Belgium, Turkey, France, England, Poland, Portugal, and Sweden, Denmark.
God almighty. Okay. And then Luke.
Mine is Belgium, Italy.
Yeah.
France versus Spain.
Yeah.
Poland versus England, and Netherlands versus Turkey.
So our quarterfinal lineup is exactly the same until the last game. You've got Netherlands in for Portugal for me. That's literally it. So Belgium, Italy. This is one of those I think could go either way. I did actually initially have Italy. I switched it to Belgium purely on the basis of I worry slightly where the goals are going to come from Italy. And, it's either going to be, I think, Belgium will edge it because defensively they're poor, but I don't think Italy will have enough goals in them. Or Italy will outscore them. No, not outscore them, sorry. Italy will shut them out, sorry. Because defensively, Italy are very solid. So I'm not sure. But Belgium to go through.
I'm disagreeing. Italy are going to beat Belgium in the quarterfinal.
Really?
Where's
Jason's on a walk.
I'm going to the charging port.
Nice one.
9%.
So you think Italy will beat Belgium? You think Italy will beat Belgium?
I do think Italy will beat Belgium in the quarterfinals.
Reasoning?
I then have a. Oh wait,
what's your reason?
What's my reason?
Yeah.
I think Italy, honestly, are going to be the surprise package. I know that now everyone's saying it. It doesn't make they're technically not surprised anymore. But I just think they had a poor World Cup. But the squad they've made, they're unbeaten. They're going to come in full.
Well, they didn't just have a poor World Cup. They didn't make it to the World Cup.
As in, they didn't make it to the World Cup. They had a poor year. They didn't make it to the World Cup. Since the World Cup, they've rebuilt a good young squad. They got Federico Chiesa, Lorenzo Insigne. They got Belleria. They got Immobile. They still got Bonucci and Chiellini, who are going to be solid at the back. They got Mancini.
Mancini got dropped.
Did he?
Yeah, they dropped Mancini.
Oh, not Mancini. They got Bastoni from
Bastoni.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. They got good quality players. They got Donnarumma in goal, one of the best keepers in the world.
A lot of people would tip Donnarumma for the Golden Glove, including me. I think Donnarumma may get the Golden Glove. But
so I'm going to beat Belgium. What about your first quarterfinal game, Jess?
I've actually got Belgium, Turkey. Just touching on Italy there. I think the Golden Glove for Donnarumma is quite a bold statement because of how aging their defence is. It's quite old. But yeah, if they do well, they do well. I've got Belgium, Turkey in my quarterfinal.
Right.
So going Belgium to progress, I think could be the end of the road here for Turkey.
Okay, that'd be unfortunate, but yeah, I agree. France, Spain in the next quarterfinal for me. I think, like I said, I don't rate the Spain side massively, so I think for them to not be great and still get to the quarterfinal, I suppose isn't terrible. In a one-off game, they certainly could do it against France, but I think France will have too much, and France go through here.
I've got France to beat Spain. Same reasons. France.
Yeah.
If France, I feel like the only stumbling block France will have is the group.
Yeah.
Because if they're not with it, if they, like I said about their internal problems they have, it'll spark in the group. If they've made it to the quarterfinals, they're in full flow.
Yeah.
They're going to get to the latter stages of the tournament, at least.
Yeah. Jason?
So I've got France, England, and I hate to be the guy, but football is not coming home. I think France will make it through to the semi-finals to play Belgium.
Shocking. Well, I've got Poland, England next, and I think this is a good quarterfinal, definitely. It can't be overlooked because, I mean, we all saw that Poland did actually cause us a couple of problems towards the end. Obviously, John Stones made that mistake in the World Cup qualifier. I feel like if we sleep on them too much, Poland could beat us, but I think we've got enough to beat Poland comfortably, and I think we do beat them. People have related it to like the Sweden quarterfinal. I think it'd be more difficult in the Sweden quarterfinal, to be honest. I think Poland are a better side, but I think England will beat Poland and go through. Jason?
I've got England to beat Poland as well, by the way.
Yeah?
I've got the same, yeah.
Jason?
I've got Portugal to beat Poland to go through into the semi-finals. I think Portugal are a better side than Poland. That was quite a straightforward one for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Last quarterfinal, I got Portugal, Turkey. I'd love to see Turkey go through. I really would. I really love to see them do it. But I think this is another one that could be high scoring actually. But I think Portugal win this one. It's a shame because I'd like to see Turkey go through, but Portugal, Turkey. I mean, I think if I did say Turkey, that'd be too biased because then I'd be giving England a Turkey semi-final. That'd be too biased. So Portugal to beat Turkey, and yeah, go through to the semi-final.
The end of the road for Turkey as well in my quarterfinal. They're going to lose to the Netherlands.
Yeah, we all agree they're going out in the quarters.
Yeah.
But I still think that would be a good tournament. Yeah. Semi-final.
So semi-finals.
I got Belgium, France, and England, Portugal. Jason?
I've got Belgium, France, and I didn't do my last quarterfinal game.
Oh, sorry.
I got the most overlooked game. That's why we just forgot to talk about it.
Oh, Denmark, Sweden. Sorry, I forgot.
Denmark, Sweden.
Most overlooked game. I think this game.
We might as well not talk about it because it's not going to happen.
Has the potential to be one of the best games in the tournament.
If he said Sweden,
I am going to go Denmark.
Okay.
But I think this one will go to extra time.
Extra time.
I think that
you are massively overrating Sweden here.
No.
You are.
Okay, they can be my. These two are basically my dark horses, along with if you count Turkey, then but Denmark are my main dark horses going to the semi-final. They probably won't, but this is how I see them getting there. So I've got Belgium, France, and Portugal, Denmark.
Okay. In Belgium, France, I mean, obviously, it's a repeat of the World Cup semi-final. And I think it'll be exactly the same sort of game in the sense that I feel like that was a good game. Obviously, a match of two sides that have a lot of quality. But France always looks like they just had that little bit more quality. And obviously, Belgium's problems come at the back. And I think it'll be the same here. I think France win that and France go through to the final. Belgium could outscore France, but I can't see it happening and France will go through. Jason?
Yeah, I've got France beating Belgium. Could go either way, like you say. Be a close game. Be a very good game as well. Two high-quality teams. If Lukaku turns up or Mbappe turns up, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, that would be a really good game. Luke?
I've got Italy, France, because I knocked Belgium out in the quarterfinals. And obviously France are the favourites. So Italy are going to be going into the World Cup, into the European Championship final.
I think that's worse than Sweden, Denmark.
Italy will beat France. I can feel it. I don't know why I fancy Italy. I just do. I think they're going to win it.
Fair. Well, you're just giving away your final prediction.
No, I think they're going to win against France.
He's got Italy in this sweepstake at work.
I think they're going to win it against France. I think they have one of the most all-rounded squads in the tournament. If not the most all-round.
What do you think they've got enough firepower?
Italy. Well, they've got Chiesa and Insigne on the wings, who, well, they smash it in Serie A. And
are they going to grab you enough goals?
I mean, I think Insigne scored 20 goals for Napoli from the wing this season. I just fancy them. I think they're going to beat France and reach the final.
Okay. So we've all done Belgium, France. My next semi-final, England, Portugal. Listen, this is obviously where we'll start to get a little bit excited, isn't it? It's definitely one of those that could go either way. Portugal are a very good side. And I think, they're probably actually slightly more well-rounded than us, which probably was never the case, really. I mean, in 2016, that would have been laughable, even though we did terribly in 2016. Because Portugal's side was just, it had a lot of old-timers like Quaresma, things like that. But
our side in 2016 was quite average, though.
Yeah, but it was certainly more well-rounded than theirs. Theirs literally relied on Ronaldo, pretty much. But yeah, I think they're a lot more well-rounded side now. Maybe this has been a little bit biased. I think England will beat them. I think England will beat them and go through to the final. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I'm trying to make up some logic for it.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I've got England also reaching the final of the Euros after they beat the Netherlands. And Jason, you must agree with me because my route is the route you said. If we beat If we come top and we beat Portugal,
Netherlands, but I don't think we'll beat Portugal.
If we beat Portugal, Germany, or France, in the round of 16, we get Poland. We get Poland and Holland. I think we can easily beat them.
Yeah, we'll beat them both.
Okay. So, Jason Gore, sorry, go on.
This is an England side that, yes, it's got so much talent, but it's also one that hasn't. A lot of these players have never been to a major tournament. They haven't played for long with each other. So I think our World Cup in 2022 next year is going to be the big one for us.
Yeah,
okay.
I think this is a learning curve.
So what's your other semi-final?
Mine?
Yeah.
Portugal, Denmark, and I think Portugal win that easy. So I've got a Portugal final.
Portugal, France final.
You got a group of F final.
Portugal, France, and you got a France.
I got France, England final.
And I've got Italy, England final.
England, Italy final is. I'd actually fancy us. I'd fancy us in that. I don't fancy us against France. I think France would beat us pretty comfortably. The problem is just France are just too good. Their depth is ridiculous.
We won't get beat comfortably.
Sorry?
We won't get beat comfortably. You know we'll go 1-0 up and everyone will be going mental and then we'll lose 2-1 in the last minute.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But if we take the lead in the final, I'm going to go mental.
Oh my God! Imagine, you know how we look back on the trip here at the moment in the semi-final. Imagine we have to look back on a moment from the Euros final.
Yeah.
That we went 1-0 up and then lost.
I genuinely thought that we were actually going to win the whole thing when Trippier scored that free kick.
I know. Oh my
God. Anyway, thanks for making me
times of a sunny day outside. The Euros have started tonight.
I'm already nervous.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous as well. I think if we get the win against Croatia, I'll be a lot more confident about the rest of the tournament. Because I think if we beat Croatia, we should beat Czech Republic and Scotland.
Yeah, the group games will decide a lot for us.
Yeah. But anyway,
you got France winning the whole thing.
I've got France to beat England in the final.
Jason, who is winning your Euro 20?
They're winning it. I can't decide between France and Portugal who's going to win the Euros because I think this game can go either way. But
it's a repeat of the 2016 final, isn't it? And I mean, France were heavy favourites in 2016.
Exactly. And Portugal side's improved a lot, and so obviously France has as well. But
yeah.
I think it'd be one of the greatest finals. Obviously, it'd be a very good game in the group to watch, and I think the group game may decide for me whether who's going to win this. But if I had to pick one now, I don't know. My head's saying France, but I'm going to go. I don't know. I'll go France. I'll go France, Sergio.
France are going to win the whole thing. You've both gone France after all that. An hour and a half to build up. You've both got the same winner.
And then Italy, England for you, Luke. Surely you got us winning it now.
It's coming home, lads. It is coming home.
You actually think it's coming home? Do me a favour.
You told me. How have you done that?
Italy are winning the Euros. Exactly.
If we get to the final and lose to Italy, I'll actually be really properly devastated because I genuinely think we're a better side than Italy.
Well, yeah, imagine
I feel like you feel like that now, but if we're playing Italy in the final, Italy have a heart. Italy, no matter what, they have to beat France and Belgium.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
because there's a chance to get to the final, we'd have had to beat in France, Portugal, Germany. So if we beaten France in the last 16 and then lost to
Italy
in the final. One more word.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But I've literally got Italy beating France, Belgium, England. Looking on it now, it probably ain't going to happen. I've got them beating Ukraine, France, Belgium, and England all in the same tournament.
Ukraine's the biggest one out of all of us.
Yeah,
everything we talked about is a possibility. Sweden, Denmark end up being the final. No one knows.
Macedonia, Hungary final. It's a possibility.
That's what we love about football.
That's the beauty of football. That's the beauty of sport. And listen, I'm really looking forward to tonight. Italy, Turkey. I genuinely don't think you could have picked a better opening game. I think it's one of those games that, whilst Italy should be heavy favourites, Turkey are a really good side, and I think Turkey could turn up and do it. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm just gonna, in 5 hours' time when it kicks off,
yeah,
I might have to retract my predictions because if Italy lose to Turkey, probably not going to happen. So
yeah, that's true. Your predictions could come crumbling down within.
I'm bigging Italy up so much for the last
6 hours.
week or so, and then they could lose in the first game. I'll be like,
Well,
Yeah,
as long as it's not 0-0, this tournament will start off with a bang.
I've got two. I think I've got 2-1 Italy.
I've got 1-0 Turkey.
2-1 Italy.
Massive call.
You've got my winner is losing their first game for you. Nice.
Yeah, this is why we love football.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, or no one, for watching. This is obviously there will be a lot more of like these streams. I won't commit to every day, but we'll try and do a stream like for a lot of the match days, just at the end of it, talking about the games.
We should do like a little watch along for like a random game.
Could do.
While watching a game. Obviously not an England game, but like an Italy-Turkey game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think that's in Denmark would be a good watch along in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
When Italy knock out France, we'll do it for that one. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do some watch-alongs. But obviously we'll do, like I said, a stream at the end of most match days, just talking about the games. I'll be like uploading my match reviews and stuff of the games as they go along, and there'll be England stuff as well. So we'll probably try and come on stream tomorrow if you can, talking about England Croatia.
I was just gonna say, while we're here now, do you want to pick player of the tournament and golden boot winner?
Go on.
Player of the tournament and golden boot winner. Player of the tournament. Luke was shocked at this. I've gone for Presnel Kimpembe.
Kimpembe.
Jason?
That's big cool. My player of the tournament is going to be Paul Pogba.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Luke?
Mine's Lorenzo Insigne.
Okay. And golden boot, I've got Diogo Jota.
I've got Romelu.
Romelu's got a good shot.
Hang on. I can't, Harry Kane, I said.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like Timothy or something then.
So Jason,
Right.
I want to ask this just one last thing.
Yeah.
Do you start Harry Kane at the Euros?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't hate Harry Kane anymore.
No, like I said, the last 2 seasons, right? Look what he does when he can pass a football. Look how many assists he's bagged. The link up with Son now is ridiculous. He's outrageous.
He's got a point in a sense. His assists have increased massively.
Yeah, he's become a way better. He was always a good finisher, but he's become a way better all-round footballer now.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's what I'd like to see.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, we'll speak to you guys in the next video, the next stream. Obviously, loads of Euro 2020 content will be coming up. So yeah, looking forward to the tournament starting. What's that?
Euro 2021, mate.
Oh, I call it Euro 2020 still, I'm not going to lie. All right. Anyway, thank you guys. Please obviously subscribe and I'll hit the notification bell so you know when we're streaming or when we're uploading. We'll speak to you guys in a bit.
So yeah.
In a bit.